What's happened
Interesting.
in each of these cases is people go to the state legislature, whether it is liberal or conservative, it doesn't matter. The state legislature kills the committee kills the bill in the agriculture committee. They kill it before it even gets started. So then you have to go to the ballot. And every time we've gone to the ballot, we've won. I mean, every
Well, I
time.
don't think that that's actually such a bad thing, Lewis. In a certain sense, it puts the matter to the people, right, in deciding what their relationship is with animals.
I think it's a great thing. I think it's a great thing to let the people decide on this. The threat right now is the latest measure from the pork industry is they've gone to Congress and said, stop letting states be able to do this. So let's
Okay.
preempt all these state laws. And they knew they wouldn't get this in a standalone bill through Congress. So what did they do? They slipped it into the Farm Bill. And the draft of the Farm Bill now has language that would wipe out these state laws that says states can't do this anymore. So that's the problem. So I agree. I think this is a great example of citizen democracy in action, where people are saying there's something we disagree with. We want to set moral standards. We want to stop it. But you've got this problem with the pork industry. First, they go through the courts. They lose in the courts. Then they go to Congress. They always have an additional political route because they have so much political power.
And so, what would be the constitutional hook? Wearing our old law school. Actually, I forgot to mention we were not only classmates. We were not only overlapped in college, but we were classmates in law school. So that was fun, along with J.D. Vance and others who
true.
people know now. So anyway, but even wearing our law school classmate day classes, we were in our small groups. We were in the same constitutional law class together. So, what would be the alleged, or at least purported, Article 1 basis for Congress to pass such legislation that would go so far as to preempt state ballot measures? Because that's a pretty striking step to take. Is this going to be some sort of expansive reading of the Commerce Clause, which is certainly something that no conservative is on paper supposed to be a fan of? I'm not a fan of it. Is it a Commerce Clause sweep here, or what is it?
Yes, it's exactly a Commerce
Okay.
Clause sweep. And this is exactly why Justice Gorsuch was so opposed to it. I mean, this is why we had
Good.
Clarence Thomas on our side. This is why
So
we
I
had
just want the
Congress.
conservative viewers here to just pause and understand this, right? So conservatives have long stood against the overexpansive reading of the Commerce Clause. That's a portion of Article 1 of the Constitution that says Congress can only pass a law, right? The Constitution is designed to constrain the scope of the federal government. The combination of Article 1 as well as the 10th Amendment wants to leave as much power as possible reserved to the states and to the people. So it says here are the specific areas that Congress can legislate. If it's not one of these areas, Congress doesn't have the power to do it. And then they put the 10th Amendment back as an insurance policy to really codify that and be clear about it from both angles. But one of the areas is Congress has the ability to pass laws that regulate interstate commerce. But that was designed originally in the literal sense of commerce between one state and another, not applying to what was happening within one state, but which could have a market effect on a neighboring state. Over the years, and this has been a liberal move, both in jurisprudence in the court system as well as in Congress, to say that, okay, because anything that happens in one state has some economic impact of what happens in a different state, that still counts as regulating interstate commerce, something that our founders never envisioned. And so the classically small government conservative point of view has been, no, we don't want to run a truck through that crack of the Commerce Clause. We want to keep that as narrowly constrained as possible.